Good evening. My name is Patrick Flynn, and I'm the principal here at Justice Pond. I just want to welcome you. You are the proud parent or guardian of a child that is going to be in the class of 36. Oh yeah! I'm so focused on the 3 parts, which I can't even believe myself. 36. Thank you, my colleagues are right here. I know that you're here to learn about kindergarten and want to welcome you because it's so important, because you're going to be our partner. We provide an awesome opportunity for your child in this district, no matter what corner of the district you live in, or if you happen to be an open enrollment. We are here to support you. We've got 7 awesome individuals here that are going to share my presentation today, our presentation today, and this is also going to be videoed and shown online if you want to watch it again. And you can laugh again at the beginning. One of the things I usually say when I'm up in front of family members is that if you have something that makes noise, would you please shut it off so it doesn't interfere with the presentation today? And I don't mean your children, right? They can make noise. We're in the gym at an elementary school. If you need to take them out, if they need to move around, it's just fine. This is our community-created strategic plan, and it's our commitment to you. Our mission is to educate all learners to reach their full potential as contributing and productive members of our ever-changing global community. This document guides everything that we do for your child. It allows us permission to meet their needs in a variety of different ways. It's our commitment to you as a partnership with families. We will use it to guide everything that we do in our daily practices. I know that you're going to be a partner with us, and I welcome you here today.
Good evening. I'm Jennifer Molitor, and I'm proud to serve as the principal at Glendale Elementary School. Welcome, everybody. I almost said good morning, so I was thinking about that as coming up here today. Well, we provide an education that's very unique for every child. We believe all kindergartners need a variety of developmentally appropriate activities throughout the day to grow, and in their growth, and their fine motor skills, and their learning, their cognitive, their academic, their social and emotional skills throughout the day. We provide this education with highly trained teachers. Our teachers are amazing individuals who they're licensed and they have a passion and a dedication to education. They're ready to deliver the most highest quality education so that your child can have a successful kindergarten experience. Right now, I'd like to take a little moment for us to watch a short video about a day in the life of a kindergarten.
When kindergartners at Carter Lake Savage Area Schools step off the bus, they step into a world of learning and exploration.
They come skipping, ready to be here, share stories about themselves.
Carter Lake Savage Area Schools offers traditional full.
Our kindergarten program provides a well-rounded curriculum in which our students have the ability to discover, explore, learn, investigate.
These kindergarten programs promote social, emotional, physical, and intellectual growth. Each child is introduced to a wide range of academic curriculum that helps develop the whole child.
A typical day in kindergarten would start with a settle-in in the classroom and a breakfast, followed by reading, writing, a specialist, which would include gym, art, music, library. After that, we would head to lunch and recess, math, and round out the day with an ESTEM activity. We try to incorporate an ESTEM activity with all curriculum as much as possible.
Volunteering in the school has allowed me to meet other parents and get to know the teachers better, and also just helps build community.
The classrooms are so student-centered. They're flexible, inviting, colorful.
The growth that we see in kindergarten is exceptional and amazing. Independence that they gain is immeasurable.
it's a great feeling to know that my kids are in a school where they are loved and nurtured, from the principal and teachers to the custodians and those who work in the lunch service and all the specialists.
It's always fun to see the different things that they do and the enthusiasm at the end as well. Here in Prior Lake Savage, our full-day kindergarten program is located in each one of our elementary schools. And so if you're unsure of the attendance number that your student might attend for the elementary school, we have on our website, we have a school finder, which you can access, and that you plug in your address and it will tell you what your home school would be or your younger school would be. We also have the Ola del Lago at Greenwood, and wherever you live in the district, if you choose to go to the Ola del Lago, there is busing for you. And we'll tell you a little bit more about that in a couple minutes. All right, we have two options for kindergarten. We have just our traditional full-day kindergarten program in all of our elementary schools. And then we also have the Spanish immersion program at La Ola del Lago at Greenwood. Those are our little readers. They did a little reading parade. So full-day kindergarten. Minnesota provides a tuition-free kindergarten for all of our communities. Prior Lake Savage Schools have been providing that for several years, since 2006. Students attend the Boundary School. Transportation is provided for K through 5 students. There's free breakfast for all kindergarten students. And then our lunch, we have a lunch program available. We have two different start times. We have an early start school, and then we have a later start schools. And then we also have before school and after school childcare available for our students. Right now, I'd just like to highlight I'm going to highlight some of our full-day kindergarten experience and then move into the main components after this of the Spanish immersion program. So as we look at this, you can see that our kids in the curricular areas get the social readiness. We all do responsive classrooms in our building, which is just a curriculum in which we meet in the morning and we build community, so we come together and we have a morning meeting, and then we practice that throughout the day. Getting to know one another more individually than deeply. And then also our positive behavior and support schools, where we really focus on looking for the positive in our students and bringing that out in each and every one of our students. We also have a reading, they do reading every day, writing, math, science, or in STEM districts, and then social studies, and then every day they have a specialist. And so the different specialists are using our credit in media and technology. So they'll get 50 minutes of one of those every day on a rotational basis. And now I'm going to turn it over and we're going to talk about Spanish immersion.
Lola del Lago. For those of you who might be in the district, we started off with a brand new program of just kindergarten in 2014, and we've added a grade every year. We now have our own building, which is awesome. This is our third year there, and we're the old grade building, and we're about 450 students, K-5, and our continuation program, it's hard to believe, our oldest cohort of students now is in 8th grade, and we actually have a Spanish immersion track in the middle school, which will continue into the high school. So they'll be registering for 9th grade next year. It's really crazy. So we have a short video here that. Yep.
It's called the Ola del Lago, the Way of the Lake, the Spanish immersion school at Prior Lake Savage Area Schools.
Immersion education is kind of a gateway to understanding the global world.
From From the moment they walk into school, these students are surrounded by the Spanish language.
It allows students the ability to connect with other people that speak a different language. It increases cognitive flexibility of thinking, and it allows students to see things from a different perspective.
Curriculum parallels traditional English-speaking elementary classes where all students achieve at high levels, but it's taught with Spanish words, phrases, and images.
One of the things that we always do is sing. It's not to sing, that's how they acquire vocabulary, that's how they get so engaged in the language.
Research has proven the immersion experience enhances English language development, problem solving, and creativity. Everything students learn is transferable across languages.
Me llamo Laura de la porque tengo muy amable maestras y maestros.
The same academic standards of traditional classrooms in the district are applied at Nicola del Lago, and most students here do not come from Spanish-speaking homes.
When they learn at a younger age, I mean, their brain captures both languages, even 3, 4, and just develop them.
Parents are encouraged to be enthusiastic and supportive, just as they would if their child was in an English-speaking classroom.
Immersion education is very important in every country because help the students to have a very open mind.
Personal experience has been that our daughter now going into 3rd grade is far above even how she can read in English compared to her older siblings.
I think a lot of the benefits have yet to be seen because it's really looking at the future. I think about employment opportunities.
As we're teaching the kids the Spanish language, they're picking up those nuances and picking up those mannerisms as well as the language itself.
Students learn from repetition, music, visual instruction, active participation, and from each other.
So that building might look familiar. That is actually the current Edgewood building. We did start out in the Edgewood building there. So kind of as Ms. Molitor shared, the experience in terms of like academic content and standards is not any different than what they would receive at another elementary school. We just do it in Spanish. So we cover the same type of content. We do it all in Spanish. One of the things I do want to make a plug for beforehand is if you're still kind of on the fence, like what does that look like for a kindergarten? I would encourage you, we actually have a follow-up just for Roland and I next Monday from a parent perspective. So it's a chance to ask questions of current kindergarten families. Because I can sit and sell this all day long, I do a good job. But to actually hear what it's like from a kindergarten parent perspective, which is next Monday. So at 6:30 at Roland. But in terms of the curriculum content, we cover the same state standards. They have the same experience with specialists, fire, music, art, and media, like they would at every other elementary school. So some of the benefits of immersion. You can research a plethora of data out there. There's decades worth of research that shows out there. Many different languages. I like to say immersion education is not new. It's been around in Minnesota for 50 years. It's been around the country for decades. So it is not a new concept. We are kind of the one south of the metro district here. But it allows students to achieve at high levels in academic content areas, demonstrate flexibility in thinking, especially those kids when they're coming into a kindergarten and they think meaning they're looking at facial expressions, body language, kind of looking at their peers to kind of go with that. So that's kind of another way that stretches their thinking. Communicate with other people, obviously being bilingual. Some of our students are trilingual. It just helps in the global community. Increase job opportunities, and of course traveling. That's always fun when our families travel. We travel to spring break and come back and say, I had no idea, because a lot of times when a child is home, parents will say, what did you learn? Or speak Spanish. They can't really do it on demand, but it's more so within the context of authentic tutor. And with that, if you have any further questions, I will be available after. If you have specific questions.
Good evening, my name is Vicky Sherman, and I am proud to serve as the principal at Five Cox Elementary. I will talk to you a little bit about STEM school. We are really proud of, we've long been known and associated with environmental education. We have been recognized by the United States Department of Education as a Green Ribbon Sustainability District. And we are really proud of our status and reputation in the East End District. Our elementary schools were the first district-wide ESTEM schools in the state of Minnesota. You may know that ESTEM stands for environmental education, science, technology, engineering, and math. And in our grades pre-K-12, we embed those concepts in grade level projects and in grade level curriculum. So all of our students get to benefit from our ESTEM reputation. Along those lines, technology, in keeping with our district mission, which promises to help learners achieve their full potential in an ever-changing global community, we believe that 21st century skills are an essential outcome for every learner that comes to our schools. And our kids have opportunities to use technology every day. We know technology can help them increase their critical thinking skills. It helps them, it gives them opportunities to collaborate with their classmates. It helps them become better creators. It increases student engagement. And the other thing that it teaches our kids is that learning can happen anywhere. It can happen in a classroom. It can happen in a specialist classroom. It can happen outside in our outdoor learning centers. And we often see kids take their iPads outside. Your kindergarten students will have access to iPads during the school day for instructional use. They will not bring those home. And we are a responsive classroom district at the elementary level. What that means is that we believe that there is a set of social-emotional skills that is as important to school success as academic skills. The principle of responsive classroom helps our kids learn and practice the social skills of what we call CARES. And CARES stands for cooperation, assertion, responsibility, empathy, and self-control. And kids use those skills every day to go along with their classmates, to communicate what they need, and to engage in self-control when they lose a game or might feel disappointed when something is hard for them. What else will I tell you about responsive classroom? We use responsive classroom practices to build safe and positive learning environments in our classrooms. And some of those, Ms. Mulliner talked about some of those practices, including a morning meeting. We set up our classrooms in a certain way that's kid-friendly. We use classroom expectations with logical consequences. We use guided discovery and interactive modeling with our kids to help them learn how to do school. And all of our kids in grades K-3 or kindergarten through grade 5 learn those skills and practice those skills while they're at school.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Barb Getzer. I'm the principal of Red Tail Ridge Elementary School. And I'm lucky enough to get to talk to you a little bit about two of the groups of families, parents. That is our parent, teacher, and child group, often known to many people as a PTO, as you have often heard in other school districts. They meet monthly, and they will do obviously different things. They do fundraising for our schools. They also, we do school events, and typically any school events that we do, like a family fun night. Some schools do like a reading night. So there's a lot of different activities that they will sponsor through the school. We also have another group called the Dogs, and they're called Dads of Great Students. And the Dads of Great Students typically are the ones that get to come, like in some of our buildings, they come and they pull out the buckthorn on the walking paths that the kids have, or they build something that the schools might need. They also come in and they'll do different things like donuts with the dogs, or different fun things, to just have that presence of some dads in the building. Not only do we have the parent groups, but we are super excited now to be having volunteers back into our schools. Because obviously for the last couple of years, we have not been able to have our volunteer base as we had in the past, pre-COVID. And now families can come in and have lunch with their students. We really like them to come in and volunteer in classrooms and go on field trips, and there's a wide variety of opportunities for volunteering in our schools. One of the things that we do ask is that any volunteer that goes on a field trip or would be working with a small group without a teacher right there present, we do ask for a background check. And that goes for 1 calendar year. So if you were to get a background check October 1st, that will go till October 1st the next year. And you can come in and work with small groups, you can go on field trips and whatnot. One other thing about the volunteering opportunities are when you do come in, we ask for a variety of opportunities for you to help out. Possibly, we have been using families to help volunteer for our noon, recess, and lunch helpers. I know at Red Tail Ridge we're having a really hard time. Here's a plug for employment opportunities. But we're having a hard time staffing our recess and lunchroom supervisors. So we have volunteers signing up who will come in and they will help wipe down tables. And we could not be getting by without our parents. And so we really appreciate that. So that is another opportunity that anybody can come in and volunteer for as well. We have a brand new website that just launched, and I would encourage you to go to the website and go to the school where your child will attend. And you will go to, specifically this shows Jeffers Pond, and there are some different links and places that you can go to that are going to talk to you, and I have to write it down because this is fairly new. But there'll be some different things where you can go online and find out about what community sporting opportunities are there for your child. There's also a community education youth program tab. We also have a Laker Corner store, which is an online store at the high school where you can get your Laker gear if you wish to purchase Laker gear. And then also for each building, we'll talk a little bit about any leadership groups that might be happening in the elementary schools, which we all have junior naturalists, and we also have some other type of student body type leadership as well. So that's typically for the older kids, but you can check that out as well. And then we do offer 4th and 5th grade choir, which would be a before school opportunity as your child gets older. This Kids Company is a wonderful before and after school program that we have in our district at all schools. It runs from 6:30 in the morning, and your child, if they participate in Kids Company, they can be dropped off any time between that time, and then they stay until the school day starts, at whichever building. We'll talk about start times. They also offer it in the summer as well. And in the summer, you'll often find them during the day doing, they do other activities off-site, off of the school campus as well. So they'll go to a water park in the summer, or they'll go to a play or something like that. So it's a great program to really check into if you need that before or after school child care as well. At the bottom, there is some more information if you need more information on that. And feel free to reach out with any questions that you might have to Ashley Cruz of Kids Company Coordinator. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Patrick. Okay, so notice where it says parallelodash.K12.mn, that is no longer, it's going to be the PLSAS. church.org. That's what we have at our church too. So thank you for that catch. Good evening, I'm Caroline Warner. I am proud to serve at Westwood Elementary and Sage Academy. And so I have a few things just to share with us, some logistical things I see. So one of those is just we mentioned before, that's the start time. So we have between our 7 schools, these are all online also, but we have 2 schools that start earlier. And that would be a Barney School of Redsville and Five Hawks. And you can see those are 8:30 to 3 schools, and then the remaining schools, including what Richie had shared about with Nola Del Lago, being a later start school. Those are just the start times. Lessons run based on those times as well. The next one is a map that shows you, I think it was Jennifer that shared, you can look up online if you're not sure which school is yours, boundary school, but we have those 6 boundary schools. And just a reminder that Loyola Del Lago is a district-wide program, so that includes the busing. So no matter which boundary that you're in, if you were to enroll your students and want them to attend at Loyola Del Lago, we would have that transportation and they would be able to join them at Loyola Del Lago on the bus. One other piece is just if we are talking about in-district transfers, what that really is a request. If you had a sibling of someone that was a part of one of our programs, like our Sage Academy or one of our special education central-based programs. So that's just an opportunity. Really, I see that as making sure that you could have your whole family together at the same school. We do ask you to fill out a form, it's just part of the district transfer form. What I want you to know is if that is a question that you have, because you would have a sibling that's a part of that program, you can certainly talk to any one of us to make sure that we have that. But that just allows you to be able to have your whole family, all of your students together at the same. Doesn't mean that you have to. We do have some families that choose to have at different sites as well, just because that's what the best choice is for the family. Also, we have an opportunity for non-residents. So, Prior Lake Secondary School welcomes non-resident students as leaders throughout our Minnesota Department of Education open enrollment plan. So, that MPLCS open enrollment applies only to families who live outside of the boundaries. So, that map that I just showed you before, you live within that map, you are a resident. You live in that, this is your resident district. This for open enrollment would only be for non-residents, and that would be if you wanted to be able to attend Prior Lake Savage area schools for your students. And the next slide describes a little bit more about that piece. With our open enrollment, families are requesting to come here to Prior Lake Savage area schools. What we do is the best we can to be able to balance those numbers and make sure that we have great opportunities at all of our sites. We asked on that form, there's 3 opportunities to say of schools that you would like, but it's not a guarantee of that school. It's nice for us to know kind of what you're thinking, but we just want to make sure that you're aware it's not anything that we're able to guarantee on that. We do assign that based on our capacity and looking at where we're at, and then, like I said, trying to balance out so that we don't have a lot of kindergartners at one place and not so many kindergartners at another place, because that is really that 6-year progression that really is so important for students. And the last slide I have is just about that time. And so, as you can see, for 23-24 school year, we're accepting and approving. This helps us make sure that our staffing and our enrollment is really solid so that we can make the best decisions and make sure that we have all of the great amazing teachers that we have helping all of our little learners to be able to progress and grow and have all of that ready in place. So the school placements for that, if this applies to you and you're a non-resident and would love to do an open enrollment, that will be announced to those approved that are open enrolled families in May of 2023. So what specific school is found out later, you'll find out that that open enrollment was accepted, and then we look at those pieces, and then we'll be sharing and communicating with you which school specifically. And I think I'm passing it on to Mr. President.
Thanks, Dr. Warner. Good evening, I'm Sam Fredericks. I'm the principal at Hamilton Ridge, which is the newest building in the district, which is ironic because I'm also the newest principal of the district. It's my first year here in Prior Lake Savage District, and I've certainly enjoyed getting to know how the district works, what we do for all of our students, and getting to meet the families. And I'm guessing here's what you're thinking right now is, this all sounds great, how do I get my child signed up? Well, let me answer that question in one way. Next week, January 12th, a week from tonight, or a week from today anyway, is when enrollment opens on our website. So next Thursday, as soon as you can, get on and start enrolling your child. Of course, we make space for everyone, so it's not a competition. But we do ask you to do your enrollment before the 31st of January. So if you can do that between that first month, it's really important to us for staffing purposes. We make our staffing decisions based on the students that are enrolled. And the sooner we know who the students are, the sooner we can make sure we have adequate staffing to support your child. So you don't have to do it on the 9th, but you do it by the 31st. That's really, really helpful to us. If you're a family who is interested in Laurel and Alaco, we ask you to do that by February 7th. And again, there will be a lottery on the 8th. So that one, with the 31st, we do a meeting for everyone. The lottery will happen on the 8th because we have more than 92 people registered for Laurel and Alaco. We do have to do a lottery. So if you're interested in that, also do that as soon as possible as well. Immunizations. Technically, we can't start kindergarten without immunizations. So make sure that you have your child up to date and that you have a copy that we can include with your enrollment so that we can make sure you're set for the first day of school in kindergarten. I actually did have to send not in Prior Lake, but in a Florida district, I had to send a kindergarten home on the first day of school because we didn't have immunizations. And we just don't want to have that the first day of kindergarten have that for your child. So please make sure you get immunizations. Enrollment is all online. However, if you don't have a computer or you don't have access, please visit our district service center and we will make sure we get you all registered. They're open between 8 and 4 o'clock, and it takes about 30 minutes to do that in person at the district center. Go ahead. Early entrance. If your child is 5 years old before September 1st, they're ready to go. There are some students who are ready for kindergarten, but their birthday is after September 1st. In that case, they turn 5 after September 1st. We talk about open enrollment. I've heard open enrollment so many times it's stuck in my head. If it's the early entrance, kids who are after that September 1st, and we have some guidelines for that. Specific criteria for early learners. And I would encourage you, if you're thinking about that, don't just think about that first day of kindergarten. Think about the first day of middle school. Think about the driver's license. Think about those other milestones, because your child will be on the very much younger side of their years, which isn't always bad. Just make sure you think about it more than just that first day of kindergarten. Early childhood screening is a service provided free of charge by the state of Minnesota. And we encourage everyone after their child is 3 years and 2 months to have early childhood screening. Again, it's free. You can do it right here in the district at Edgewood. It takes about an hour to do the screening. You can do it with your child when that happens. And afterwards, they'll talk to you what that screening shows about developmental and where your child is progressing. And it's really good information. We ask you to do that. We talk about preschool concepts, the communication skills. You learn a lot about your child with that screening, and it's good information for kindergarten areas. If they've been screened in a different district, just make sure we get that documentation. That is up there. And being that I was the new person this year, it was really fun to see how we prepared kindergartners for that first day. If you've been in schools, you know that some days, some first days in kindergarten have those little 5-year-olds clutching on their knees and they don't want to let go. We didn't have that this year with Louisa Hamilton Ridge because we have lots of opportunities for a child to come in and feel like that school is theirs. And they know the people, and they know some of the kids. So in the spring we'll have events in our buildings. We'll get a mailing later on about when those are, times and dates and locations. That will be at individual buildings, not a district building. And that way kids can come in and see the school, meet the people, in the summer, we have an event called Great Start to Kindergarten, where they come in, spend some time with the teacher, we do some reading and math assessments, and the reality is your child won't fail those assessments. It's just for us to learn where they're at. So it's just information. And then we have assessment days before school starts. So there'll be another time for them to come right there, the 2 days right before the first day, and then we start kindergarten in the fall. That's 8 months away. Sometimes parents are thinking, I can't see my child being ready in 8 months. They're ready. You keep being great parents, and they'll be ready. And with that, I'll pass it back to Mr. Lynn, who will bring us home.
The plug. First of all, there will be an open house event that we will host in May. Okay, we're going to bring you, your child in, we're going to visit the school, we're going to visit the places and spaces, do a tour, maybe do a scavenger hunt, something kind of fun like that. That wasn't in our list, we forgot to put that there, we should put that there. So that will happen sometime in May, you'll get that information. Now, we want you to join our team. If you haven't seen that video online, please, I ask you to go to our district, it's hilarious. They did a wonderful job of creating a student-centered video to recruit you to work for us. I have hired probably 4 of my families here at Jeffers Pond to work for us in the last year and a half. It has been a wonderful experience. If you are thinking of and looking for an employment opportunity to work for Prior Lake Sanitary Schools, please talk to our principals. Please go on and sign up, look at the jobs that are available, and look at those employment pieces. If you know somebody that's thinking about it or interested in doing that, send them that link. We'd love to talk with them. If you're a Jeffers Pond family or any of the other principals, give them a call. Ask them about it. 1 arrow. Okay. Questions? These are all of us that are here today. We're going to stay after this presentation is over. We're going to spread out throughout the gym. If you belong to any of these neighborhoods, you can go specifically talk to that principal and ask questions directly to them. Okay, if you're an open enrollment family that's visiting tonight, go to any one of our groups. We'll try to help you out with the questions that you have. We want to thank you. We appreciate that you came tonight. We're always here to service you between now and when your child starts in kindergarten at the beginning of next fall. The class of 2036. Thanks for coming tonight. Safe travels home. Get those kids outside enjoying the snow.